Sorry, 2 minutes to go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So may I ask to Alu, Kusum, please unmute yourself. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, 1 minute to go. Mike, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Tango, come on. Hmm. What's the noise? What's the noise back there? Okay, Mike.
Countdown.
Mike, go.
Okay. Good evening, Asia. Welcome to the 26th episode of Birding Destinations here on the Asian Bird Fair online talk. Thank you for joining us on Zoom and on Facebook Live. Tonight, we bring you to a country with nearly 1,700 species of birds. And joining us from Ecuador is Javier Amigo of Nature Experience. Buenos días, Javier. How are you?
Buenos días con todos. Fine, and you? Good morning.
We're all excited to hear about Ecuador. Are you ready to show us your beautiful country?
Yeah,
Yeah?
sure.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Javier Amigo. You can start your presentation.
I will share my screen.
Yes.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent.
Okay.
Wow, look at the bird. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, depending or where you are in the world, around the world. Thank you for assisting this presentation. And today I will try to wake up some the most enthusiastic birder around the world to visit Ecuador, and very nice presentation and destination for the bird lovers. So first, where is Ecuador and what is Ecuador? Well, people don't know, and we have a very short presentation just to let you know where we are and what we are. So we are one of the, the smaller Andean country in South America. We are located just on the Pacific coast, on northern part of South America. And Ecuador is not only a name of a country, it's in fact the name of a line, of a big line around the world. And this line is really important for us because they have one, it's one of the major point of why this country can see all the region, the bioregion, and the major ecosystem of this small country. And it's really amazing to see in this kind of country how many ecosystem we have, and this is one of the reasons why we have so many species here. And the second map represents the all the natural area we have. We have almost 25% of the territory in national in park, in reserve, in private, or from the state. So it's really a big a part of the territory concerned by conservation. So this is why two reasons we have so many species in this country. So the geographical situation first along crossing the equatorial line is one of the reasons, and sense we have the Andes crossing along northern to southern the country and dividing the country in two big parts, with the first one the Amazon region and the other part, in the opposite part, the Pacific coast and the Pacific region. And in this part we have two main currents, and showing the coast, and the first one to the south, and with hot cold water from the southern hemisphere, and swelling to Galapagos, and the other one from the Central America, called Nino current, and swelling also to Galapagos. So this all of this reason they made Ecuador what he has, and you can see here the six major bioregion and of the Ecuador. The Choco bioregion here in the upper part on the left hand side, and this is the typical cloud forest in the western northwestern part of the country, and then to the right you have the typical landscape of the Andes, and we can so all along the crossing the country. The Pacific coast, it's also in the north and in the central part of the country, a very interesting part, because it's complementary to the Galapagos Island, or a lot of people heard about this amazing archipelago. It's one of the most endemic place in the earth. Then the Amazon, or in fact, one of the major hotspots of biodiversity of the country. And the last one, it's one of the most important also, because it's a shared bioregion. It's a bioregion shared with Peru in the south. And the most of people, they don't heard a lot of this ecosystem, is because it's more driest, and it's not a typical tropical forest, but it's really interesting about for bird and in fact for endemics. So in general, for the information for birder who they want to know exactly how many species and how is the endemic to see during a trip. So for this country, you can imagine the territory is almost the half part of a country like France. We have more than 1,700 species of bird, depending of the classification and the kind of list you use, but it's around this 107,000. So in Galapagos, the best place for endemism, in fact, we have the major number with the finch, the Darwin finch in majority. And in the continent, we have 12 endemic. And we speak about almost 100 endemic taxa. So it's when we speak about taxa, we speak about subspecies. So it's really important, because the taxonomy are really moving very fast, and a big part of these 100 endemic subspecies, they could change soon in the true species. So it's important to try to see the subspecies. Hummingbird, I think they will be one of the best target for the people, for the visitor who want to observe or to take picture of the amazing birds. And Ecuador, for this kind of different bioregion, are really diverse. We have 133 species of hummingbird along the country with 3 endemics. And maybe this last number that will change soon. And in fact, it changed a few years ago with a discovery of new species really is isolated in the western slope of the Andes and the high part, really special for the ecosystem, like you can see in the picture down. And this is kind of hummingbird really specialized in the high island ecosystem, and in fact, with the destruction of some place like this, the is vulnerable right now, and it's endangered. Excuse me. And so we have a big national project to try to put this place on the reserve to try to protect these new species for the country and for the science. Other group really colorful and very special for the birder are the family of the Tropidae, and we have a lot of different tanagers and dacnys, and all of this family are very special because they form a mixed flock, and where inside of a mixed flock during the trail in the forest you can see 10, 12, sometimes more different species together feeding or insect or fruit, like this kind of group you saw in the pictures. Other of the group, very special, and the neotropical family, it's the Cotingidae, and everybody heard about the famous Andean cock of the rock. I think it's one of the most impressive bird with a dance and a very special song, and where it's usually so during a birding trip, we have a lot of different legs. It's like a place where the male, they have a congregation of male to try to attract the female dancing and making vocalization, and it's really a sympathetic moment for a bird to show this thing. So just with this short introduction, let's go birding. The idea is now it's to try to make a circuit to give you an idea in around a trip of 15 days what kind of bird we are in place we can visit. The most of the trip they start to Quito, and where you can stop to make like introduction of cultural and historical moment of South America. It's a very nice city, and we have a very nice historic neighborhood in the center of the city, where you can visit in half day before just to start your birding trip. So from Quito, from the capital, you can take a very good road to the eastern Andes, and to try to start going down to the Amazon. But first, the first place you will stop, it's one of the best and most beautiful landscape, Andean landscape we have in the eastern slope of the Andes. It's called Antisana National Ecological Reserve. It's a very huge national park. It's 120,000 hectares, and so it's the majority of this place, or the more accessible, are this kind of landscape you saw in the picture. It's a grassland highland. We don't have a forest at this altitude. We are almost at 4,000 meters, and so the idea here is to try to found the highland birds. One of the most representative, in fact, is the condor, the Andean condor, and Antisana is one of the best place, or I think the best place in Ecuador to show this emblematic bird. The last count of this bird in Ecuador 1 year and a half ago count almost 200 individuals. It's not a lot, but it's very good recuperation of the population here in Ecuador. It was decreasing during a lot of year due to the hunting and some problem of the habitat of losing habitat. But right now the population are in very good shape, and they have a big project to mark the different individuals to know exactly where are where is the place of reproduction and rest and roosting. Another bird really interesting that was split a few years ago. It's the Hyundai and Ibis, and these birds are really also limited in the population. We are around 45 individuals, almost 6 species endemic of Ecuador, and these species, this population. We found a few years ago another population in the eastern Andes, also in the Cotopaxi National Park, a very famous national park also. But it's only a few individuals, like 4 or 5. Maybe a good plan of conservation also they will help to recuperate this population and to have much more group along the eastern Andes. A plumado falcon is not a special bird for Ecuador. You can find it also in Peru and more to the south, but it's very, very nice falcon, big falcon, and also it's one of the best hunter in this kind of landscape of grassland landscape. Trunculated caracara, I think it's one of the most emblematic birds because it's everywhere here. You can see it, you can approach it 2 meters, 3 meters. It's really, really easy to see. It's a curious bird adapting to walking in the grass, looking for feeding worms and insects, and it's an opportunist also. You can sow it with share the food with the condor, and it's a really big. It's a really important bird also for the regulation. One of the other bird you can sow in this place, it's the Andean hill star. It's one of the hummingbird with the highest distribution in America, in the world. As you know, the hummingbird are only confined in the American continent. So here in Ecuador, you can sow this bird to 4,500 meters. So it's really, really amazing adaptation to the altitude and to the low condition, to the very hard condition of the high Andes. And in fact, this bird, like others hummingbird, they have a kind of adaptation and to to slow down the earth system and the blood system during the night, and to survive to the very extreme weather conditions. So after this place, the other very special place along the eastern Andes are the Papaya Pass. It's a very high pass. It's one of the highest in Ecuador, and you can climb from 4,200 meters to 4,500 meters, and arrive in a very, very nice view to the Andes and also to the Amazon basin. So it's one of the place in lower part you can saw shining sunbeam, also in the few others hummingbird, and in the lower part the Papaya zone, not exactly on the pass, but in the lower zone. This Anpita, it's crescent face Anpita. I think it's one of the 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 most beautiful Anpita we have in the Andes. It's a species we share with Colombia, also with different subspecies, and it's a very tiny Anpita. We live inside of very dense undergrowth of Andean high Andean forest. Other of the very emblematic bird of this kind of region of the Andes is the rufous-billed sitsnipe. This bird also it's critically endangered because the population are increasing and are reducing. Excuse me, and we have very a few places right now along the rocky and dry floor, like you saw in the picture. We live in the Pichincha Volcano, in this place in Papayacta, also in Chimborazo Volcano. But it's a very nice bird, and yeah, one of the most the people want to take it in the list because it's really isolated geographically. One of the other birds very interesting. It's the giant cornbill. It's one of the specialized, like you see in the beak, are very pointed and sharp. It's insectivore, and it's specialized inside of the polymetric forest. It's endemic tree space, some polylepis tree endemic of Ecuador, but it's a genus. You can find it also in the rest of the Andes, and it's really isolated in this kind of forest. This bird. Uh, Tawny Anpita. Tawny Anpita, it's one of the most common and more easier Anpita to see along the creek. It's a very noisy Anpita. You heard it from 300 meters or sometime less to 4,000 meters. It's very noisy and common Anpita in the Andes. Also, we have not this kind of landscape is the habitat of a lot of big mammals. One most commoner than the other one, the Andean deer. It's a subspecies that maybe they want to divide, to split it from the white-tailed deer from the northern, and it's most common everywhere in this part. The Andean fox also is one of the commonest, and two other mammal down, the Andean tapir and the northern kudu are much more difficult to see, but some national park and reserve they can give you the opportunity to saw these mammals. Let's going down more to the eastern, on the eastern slope of the Andes. We have a very nice place along the main road going down to the Amazon. Very special for hummingbird. It's along Cosanga and Papayacta River, where some different hummingbird garden and one special Guango Lodge. It's really famous place to stop and to see a very impressive hummingbird garden where you can see a lot of different species. And one of the most impressive are the sword-bill hummingbird. And as you see, the bill are really large. It's a cool evolution with a plant with a very long flower who both species during a lot of billion of years they will co-evoluting and adapting this kind of shape of very strange bill. Along the river of the Papaya River and going down the other river, you can see one of the most uh, uh, um, one of the better good condition of water of ecological condition. It's the torrent duck. It's a very nice duck who have big adaptation. I don't know if you see in the picture the legs and the foot are really strong for this kind of anatidy. It's a duck. It's a real duck, but he find against the current in the stream, in the Andean stream, to found his food, almost larvae of macroinvertebrates. One of the other interesting bird, it's mountain toucan. This one a little bit isolated in the very small and fine altitude in the West Slope, and in the Guango Lodge you can see it almost not every time, but you have a good chance to spot it here along the river. Also, trogons are also collard trogon. Sorry, the name is in French, and this one of the commonest also and colorful bird in this area. So going down more to the eastern, we arrive around 2,000 meters around the cloud forest, the eastern cloud forest, uh, where also another option, a lot of different options for to sleep there. Well, different lodge and reserve you can found. Green jay I was one of the most common and colorful also bird you can found in this place. And we have a very special bird here who it's very controversial bird because it's a isolate population of this unnamed owl, but well, some people call it San Isidro owl or mystery owl. And because the population are really small, isolated, it's like a mix between black and white owl and black-banded owl. So the feather, the plumage are really different, and also the song. But we don't have yet all the information about the genetic detail about this bird to know exactly if it's or not a species or subspecies. But it's really interesting because the majority of the people also want to know. And in San Isidro Owl, in San Isidro Lodge, it's really common and easier to see this bird around the lodge. The subspecies of the Andean cock of the rock, the eastern race, are really common also in the lower part along some river, in some humid part of the forest, of the cloud forest, where they also have exactly the same behavior that the western subspecies, and making lack and really noisy bird. Crested Quetzal are one of the most uh, um, impressive bird. Also, this part, all the Quetzal are of America. The people want to know this bird. In particular, the crested. It's less common than the golden headed, and but all of this part of Narupa place are really good for to spot it. No easy, but it's a good option. So then, when we arrive to the foothill, we have a lot of different landscape here of some active volcano in the background of the foothill forest. we have in the eastern ladder-tailed nightjar. It's very good option to spot during the day for this nocturial bird. They roost along the big boulders along the river, as you can see in the picture. The Paradise Tanaja, sorry, this one also it's in French, and it's one of the most colorful the tanager of the foothill. As you see, the color are really amazing and easy to spot also. Cliff flycatcher, another bird from the foothill. This flycatcher is real special because, as his name say, he roosts along the cliff, and in general, not all the cliff, but a very special cliff where you have some the same color of the plumage, like a camouflage, yeah, nest there. So we have to found this kind of cliff where you have iron oxide making the wall of the cliff like rufous, like the breast of the bird. Solitary eagle, one of the big raptor. Also, people want to know on the eastern foothill is not easy to spot it. It's a bird almost soaring. You can saw it soaring very high in the sky, but when you have it perched like this adult, it's a very good moment for the birders. Then from the foothill and to arrive to the deep Amazon, it's almost 3 hours driving, and then around 3 hours and a half sailing along the Napo River, and to arrive in one of the different lodge. They offer the different option to explore the Amazon basin. As you've seen in the picture, the big river like the Napo River, they make like a, ecological and geographical border and separation, and in both sides of the river, you can see really different birds. They are adapted in the northern side of the river, or in the southern, but also you have this kind of island you see in the picture. They are very special ecosystem, isolated ecosystem, where you have to visit to find different, not endemic bird, but very restricted bird distribution who live only on this kind of island. And as you see in the picture, in the left hand side, you have a young island, and the right side, the mature forest in the island. And in different these two different islands, they don't live the same birds. So it's very interesting to visit, to try to visit all of the micro ecosystem to try to get a very big list. A lot of uh, um, lodge offer different kind of services depending of the budget. This one is maybe one of the best lodge in Ecuador, and maybe in all the basin, Amazon basin. And it's the Napo Wildlife Center. It's on the southern part of the Napo River, and they have a lot of different options to visit around. It's a really good option to stay in the jungle. It's located along the border of the lagoon, of the Blackwater lagoon, where it's really common to see the Watson, this like the people say the prehistoric bird, because you have a very special face and shape, and it's almost is the only bird are totally vegetarian. he eats only leaves. So we have a system of very low system of digestion and to assimilate the leaves, and the majority of the leaf they eat, they give it very bad odor and flavor to the meat. So the people they don't consume it, they don't hunting, and we have a very big population in the majority of the big blackwater lagoon. Also in the lagoon, the black-capped Donacobius, it's a special bird who the taxonomists they separate a few years ago this bird in the special family, the Donacobidae, and to make the only species who's part of this new family. And it's really amazing because the most nearest bird of the species are not from South America, and genetically nearest species are from Africa. So it's amazing to see how the evolution they work along the million of years. And sun bittern, it's one of the group bird also for Amazon basin in general. You can see this bird also in Brazil, in Peru, but it's really always really nice to spot this bird in particular when if you can spot this kind of place with the nest. Picnic kingfisher, the smallest of the 5 species you can find in Ecuador, and restricted to the very small blackwater channel in the deep in the inside the forest. And it's amazing to see this bird hunting or fishing most because it adapt the size is adapted to the size also of the prey. So he fish only a very small fish in the surface of the blackwater streams. Capediran, also the big emblematic our deity of the Amazon basin, very nice, colorful, and is not shiny bird. You can see it very easier along the main stream. In the lower part, not only on the Amazon but on the western slope also, uh, we don't have a very big concentration of hummingbird, but some of them are really special, like this fairy topaz. This picture was taken in the old in the Warani territory. It's a very special place where I live in some Indian community, and these birds are nesting in some oxbow lake also, and making the nest. You see the white on the nest. It's from the cocoon from the kapok tree. Only it's 100% made with this, and it's really special is the female. The male are really amazing because they have very long tail and colorful and really bright. Inside of the forest, and there's the most impressive and the people who want to know the food here, the undergrowth species, and like hunbird and anthrash, antram, and there's you have it's really hard to see these birds are very big vocalization and different vocalization. Almost you will when you are joined by very good guide inside of the forest, they have the ability to recognize all the different vocalization of this very dark and general dark bird, but very special and good bird to make a very big list. also inside the forest, and we have a lot of mannequin. This it's the people say it's the bird of paradise of South America. I don't know if the comparison it's exact, but it's a kind of bird that have a very impressive dance, and people say that Michael Jackson they inspire him to make his moon dance with some species of mannequin, and the wiretail mannequin, this one in particular, are really special. Like the other one you can see in this picture, and because all of this dance, this one are a very special dance, and as you can see in this video, I think I don't know if you saw the video. I think not. Oh,
Yeah, there's a little problem on the slide. Yeah.
yeah.
It shows there's an arrow there. Okay. This time again. Yes.
Have trouble. Yes, I
Okay.
think I have maybe a problem with the link or something like that. I tried it.
Okay now.
Yeah. No.
Or we go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I really sorry. I have some.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The sound of these birds are not so amazing, but the dance are very very special show. If you have the chance to see this bird dancing and displaying in the lake, like the Andean cock of the rock and some of uh, undergrowth um, bird like this. The male are really colorful, as you see, and the female in general are much more cryptic, greenish, olive, to try to get the to improve the nesting. And this is like fight, as you saw, it's one bird try to dance better than the other one. I have a problem with the shared.
Maybe it's because of the video. Yeah.
Yeah, I have another one. I think I will don't try to make it because I will lose more time. Yeah. Okay, so inside of the same ecosystem, inside of this kind of forest, it's always great to spot some nocturial bird roosting along during the day, like this crested owl, also very easy to spot. And the majority of the local guide are they know exactly where they are during the day, and it's easy to observe it and to take some pictures. During the night, it's also the time to try to see some diurnal bird roosting, and like this tinamu, it's a terrestrial species where normally it's really difficult to see the tinamu. They are very cryptic and shiny, and they don't want to. They hurt you first, and they leave very quick. So it's not easy to spot it. But during the night, it's easier. And these birds are real special because this is the, the nest and the eggs, and the color of this the eggs of this family of the Tinamu, the majority of the Tinamu, and in particular of the great Tinamu, are really amazing. The science that don't know exactly why so bright full color for this kind of bird inside of the forest. They can attract a lot of predator. Uh, but the study that they say maybe they have a relation with the weather and with temperature. So they have to to make more study about this. But it's really interesting and really amazing to spot this kind of nest during a walk inside the Amazon forest. Another bird really cool and quiet and interesting is the Piconidae, the family of the Piconidae, the collared bird, one of the bird. Also, the people they want to know it's almost inside of the forest, waiting for some beetle or big insect flying to catch it. Yeah, the Gnat Eater also are very interesting bird because they are decreasing and they are similar behavior like the Antpitta and inside the forest. And the decrease of the kind of species is related directly to the decrease of the biomass of the insect in general and the climate, the change, the climate. This is another one, the white chicken bird, another ant hunter bird in the forest. Very nice to spot also. And the plumebill sunbird also one of the best and the most colorful in this kind of ecosystem. We was in the floor. Right now we climb in the canopy. The majority of the lodge they offer the option to go at 45 meters up on the forest, climbing in tower and having this kind of option to spot a lot of different birds, majority bigger and more colorful, like this parrot. And from the canopy, you can see normally very early in the morning a lot of parrot perch and in the highest part of the forest or flying from the roosting place to the feeding place. The barbet also are the canopy specialists, one of the most colorful barbet in the Amazon. The Harpy Eagle is also an option from the tower because we use telescope and we stay a long time trying to spot very this kind of big raptor. Normally not so easy to saw, but in two or three lodges like Sacha Lodge and Sunny Lodge, it's the observation are almost frequent, much more frequently. Toucan are one of the best and the most impressive also bird and representative from this kind of forest. And the common putu are really funny bird, nocturial bird, roosting along of a broke um, um, tree or bamboo or a branch. And it's amazing because you can approach this bird 2 meters, 3 meters, and they don't move. They are totally sure. There's the cryptic plumage. They helping to have a good camouflage. Spangled coquette is one of the rare forest hummingbird also, a very, very nice hummingbird. Difficult to see, but in time where you have some flower, in the Amazon basin, the most of the flower are on the canopy. So you have to check this bird, this tiny hummingbird, in the from the canopy tower also. Macaws and parrots also are really easy to see flying all around during the morning. Then we have another place really interesting called Clay Lake. It's a depression or a very special place along the river or inside of some forest where the muddy uh, landscape they have some without vegetation, who the majority of the cetacidi, parrots, the parakeets, and the macaw, come to feed the clay and to try to have an equilibrated the pH of the stomach, and to stop the acidity of some fruit they eat during the day, and to try also to have more mineral apart for his metabolism. So along the river or inside the forest, you have a special place with hides where you can sit and waiting for a very nice show. They give you the parrot when they come in a big group to feeding here and to drink the water with a lot of minerals. But you also in this clay lake, you have the option to see some mammals. It's not so usual, but the mammal are attract sometimes with for the bird, for the prey. So they come here all to hunting, like the jaguar or others predators, or also some of the collar peccary in this case on the right hand side, feeding also drinking the water for the minerals. Also, a lot of diversity of primates in this kind of forest, uh, easy to spot along the river. Remember, the majority of the lodge are in Indian territories, and this community try to stop hunting and to have only touristical activity. So the fact there's no hunting anymore, they help to attract a lot of different mammals and fauna in general, and primates in particular. Then from the jungle, when you after 4 or 5 day trip in the jungle, in general, it's a good option. 5 days you can stay six, but the 5 6 days it's enough to visit and to have a very good list. Almost a ring in the jungle, in the Amazon basin, with 5 or 6 days, you can have a list of between 317 to 500 species. It's a very good place for make a very long list for the listers. From Coca, when you come back, you have the option to come back by car. It's almost 6 hours to Quito, to the capital, or you can take a fly. It's 15 minutes flying to Quito, and then the idea is to go to the western slope this time. This is the Pichincha volcano. It's a active volcano. They are surrounding the capital, Quito, and but from this place, from Yanacocha Reserve, we are in the western slope of the volcano. So this is a good place also for we come back in the in the altitude, high altitude of the Andes, 3,400 meters more or less, and so we will complete the list with a different bird we saw in the eastern slope. Scarlet Mountain Tanager, it's one of the most colorful tanager of the place, and the star of the place, or the black-chested pipelake, is one of the endemic hummingbird of Ecuador. In fact, it's the symbol of the Quito city, and it is one of the hummingbird and the bird with the most restricted um, area of distribution in the world. And so Yanacocha, during some days, some months of the year, it's not super easy, but it's good option to spot it. Hooded mountain tanager, it's also another uh, very nice and colorful bird of this kind of forest. Then we go down. We have in the opposite on the western slope some forests really similar to Kusanga and San Isidro we saw just before in the eastern slope, and it's a cloud forest also around 2,000 meters, where one of the stars is not the bird, but the mammal, spectacle bear, where if in some place, in some lodge, during some period of the year, the, this kind of very rare bear appear to come to eat some fruit, and it's easy to spot it. And others mammals also are easy to spot in some lodge because they are attract with some fruit and some feeding station. So the mammals are okay to go around the lodge. They don't care about human, and they stay almost during the night, but also you can spot it during the day. The Linguito and on the left hub, and the Tyra on this on the right side, a tattoo, 9-banded tattoo on the bottom left side, and the red rocket deer on the right side. Around Tandayapa Valley, same place where we have all along a lot of options to stay, to have an overnight here. We have the Tanaja Finch. It's one of the must look for the bird for the birder. It's a really special bird in this place, like the Playbill Mountain toucan. It's a Choco endemic of the high Choco Andean Choco. The white-faced number also, it's another very special bird, very nice. He roosts on the cliff, making a wall like some kingfishers and some trogons. A lot of different toucan. Here also, the crimson ramp, it's one of the most common and easier to see. Blue-winged mountain tanager also, a very nice tanager, colorful and make joining the mixed flock. It's easy to see. Grassgreen tanager is not so easy to see, but I think it's the moment to present this bird. It's really nice. You see the color. It's like people say the Christmas bird for the green and red, and it's very nice bird with a very nice song, also very electric song. And all of these places also are so rich in species. We have a special case of touristic development in the western slope. There's the Refugio Paz de las Aves. It's main from the family, the Paz family. They own this little reserve, and Angel, the owner on the left, they start a very special system feeding some very rare and unusual bird and undergrowth bird inside the forest, and feeding it, he give it the habit to come every morning to take rum from his hand, and with this system, people can have more facility to observe and to take picture of this normally really rare and difficult bird. This is the giant Lampita. It's one of the most emblematic bird of the reserve. It starts with this species, and after they grow up the list of the Ampita. They have almost 6 or 5 different species of Ampita feeding in this place. You can see along the morning. Rufous-breasted anthrax also is another special bird of dense undergrowth of this kind of forest. You can see exactly with the same system, the feeding, like the dark-backed wood quail, and also the feeding, and they are very nice bird. They come sometimes in family with the chick to take the feed from Angel. Also, these places are really amazing because you start the morning with the visit of Andean Cockaptera Lake. You have almost in general 5 to 10, 12 individuals singing and dancing in the lake, trying to attract females. So, and very good option to take pictures there. A lot of feeder also for special hummingbird there, and you can observe and take photos during the resting time after the visit. From this place, the cloud forest and the subtropical zone, you go down to the lower part, where long wattle umbrella birds are common in some places. We have a little reserve also owned by a little family who have to preserve this reserve to try to keep the lake safe. A lot of hummingbird diversity also in this place, colorful and real different in size and colors. Hummingbird you can saw in the majority of the different hummingbird garden. They are around the Mindo Valley, for example. A lot of people install different places where it's easy to take picture and to observe this beauty. But the feeder station are also a good opportunity for different mammals, like some different bats. Not usually a nectarivore bat, but you can saw a different bat at dusk around the feeders, and also some mammals. So it's very funny to wait during the dusk and try to take picture of these mammals. Rufous mudmot also are one most powerful and distinct long tail of this bird. It's really nice. It's a quiet bird in general, also perch in some branch, waiting for some insect. From there, we go to the lowland of the Choco bioregion, and where you have a forest very similar to the Amazon basin, but species really different. Here, green thorntail, one of the most impressive hummingbird of this part, really easy to see in Milpe Reserve, for example. The colored aracari, also very nice toucan from the lowland. Banded ground cuckoo, it's real difficult bird to see, but very strange because it's one of these birds. They follow the army hunt, and just to take party to have the option to hunt the insect. They flow over the army ant colony. Clubwing manakin, also one of the most impressive manakin of this part. They have very special adaptation. This bird, they have a very nice song. Let me check if I can put on the sound. sorry, I have a problem with the link, and I prefer to don't insist because um, it's very special song we've made with the wing. It's an adaptation with the bones of the wing, and they make like electric song, like a click, and it's amazing because this part of the display during the attracting female in the leg also. In Milpe, it's also a very good option to see this bird. It was the uh, in the lower part in the Choco region, we have a indigo flower piercer. It's also this bird, a very, very special bird, very restricted bird, and a Choco endemic. Who people want to really to spot it. Scarlet and white tanager, one other colorful tanager in the lower part. And Disome creeper, this is the male, also very nice bird, easy to see in the lowland of the Chocobay region. So from there, we make a big jump to the coast. It is another place to have a very good option to saw different bird uh, from marine bird, like the Zinca tern in the southernmost, but sometimes we can see it also in the central west coast, Pacific coast. The ostrich catcher, American ostrich catcher, the only ostrich catcher here we have in this part of the coast. Brown pelican, one of the most common pelican. It's nice seeing hunting along the coast in the main harbors. In the mangrove um, forest, we have a good option also for the roseate spoonbill, and they have not a big colony, but it's almost always present everywhere. Like the crown eye heron, they occupy similar ecosystem along the coast. Isla de La Plata Island, it's a continental island near the coast where you can see also a lot of option of seabirds and coastal birds like the frigates. For the people who don't have the option to go or time to go to Galapagos, this is very good alternative to try to see very different seabird and coastal bird like red-billed tropic bird also they're nesting in this island and like a big colony of the amazing and very funny blue-footed booby here in the display uh, in the highest part of the island. Another booby really interesting is the red-footed booby. And actually, the colony in the mainland in this island are real different the colony in Galapagos, and the majority of the of the individual here in the mainland are in the dark morph, like you saw in the picture. But also a good marine fauna there with dolphins, and during the, the, the summer from May to September, October, we have a very big group of humpback whale visiting our coast. And from there, I told you about the southern place, the southern part of the country, where you have also a very special, different transition forest between the Tumbes and the Choco ecosystem. This is Dagnis, yellow-billed Dagnis, very nice. This is the Great Macau. It's a very special Macau because the population are really, really small and endangered. And the Hocotoco Foundation here in Ecuador, a big bird conservation foundation, are trying to keep the population viable, and they are introduced some individual in the big reserve called Ayampe, and so here you can we'd like see some of this really rare bird. Ecuadorian trogon also they are one of the main target of the list in this place, like the rufous chachalaca, another bioregional endemic. So then we arrive to the semi-dry forest. The Tumbesian ecosystem are really, really different. Like you saw, this is a species of excuse me, um, um, from kapok tree, and where you can saw some different bird like a great black hawk. He has common raptor in these places in this ecosystem. Collared antrike also a specialist of semi-dry forest. And these birds are really very amazing because the population are restricted also on the coast. You can saw some individual in the Amazon, but it's not so common here in Ecuador. And this bird also eat almost leaves, but not only leaves. And they have this horn on the on the head. You can see in the picture. They have a relic of maybe some useful horn used maybe a few millions ago to the display or something like that. It's very nice, nice bird, and not easy to spot, but a good bird for the list. Burrowing owl also here in Ecuador, like in the rest of South America, easy to spot in these places. Make the, the the nest on the ground. Grain yellow warbler, it is the endemic of Tumbesian area also. Very nice warbler, very aesthetic. And one of the most easier cinnamon to see also here in the dry forest and in the dry season more when they are walking in the floor with the dry leaves on the floor. They make a little sound. It's easy to spot. El oro parakeet, it's an endemic also, found not so long ago, and they make a big reserve to try to protect it. So right now we finish with the Galapagos. Sorry, I take more time than I had. Welcome to the Galapagos, and the Galapagos Island are a volcanic archipelago, and is very special place for birding also. The best option to visit Galapagos Island is to make it by boat, sailing between the different islands where we have a micro endemic in each one. And not only a bird, but you have a lot of endemism in reptiles and also in mammals like the giant turtles and the Galapagos sea lions in this picture. One of the most impressive are these lava gull. They are very nice gull, and it's funny or not funny, but it's cool to see hunt the lava lizard and the marine iguana along the different beaches of the archipelago. In the southern eastern island of Española, we have one of the biggest colony of wave albatross, also an endemic of Galapagos. It's very nice and big albatross crossing during the out of the mating season and the breeding season in the southern hemisphere. Little vermilion flycatcher is one of it's split from the mainland flycatcher, the vermilion flycatcher, and they was separated a few years ago, and it's not so easy to see in Santa Cruz and Isabella. But if you make a mainland and island hopping trip, you can see it in the upper part of some island. Galapagos rail, exactly in the same ecosystem than the flycatcher, but in the floor. Another endemic. It's really shining a bird, not easy to spot. You have to go very early in the morning to try to see this amazing rail. Uh, Flightless cormorant, also one of the emblematic bird of the archipelago, and we have only a big colony in the most younger island on the western side of the archipelago, in Fernandina and Isabella, and the population are very well. They are good with good option of reproduction, and they are increasing. Another endemic, Galapagos sheepwater. It's really easy to see crossing between the different islands and along some shore of some island. Also, there are sometimes a very big group of this Phoenix endemic, also in nesting on the high part of the some island. Another very really special endemic, the Galapagos petrel, more not so common, but also in pelagic um, sailing, you can see it also hunting in the open waters. Galapagos penguin, as you see, all is Galapagos something. Here it's all endemic, and they are also easy to see in the northern and the western island. On the left side, you see the subspecies endemic of Galapagos of brown noddy, easy to see everywhere along the archipelago also. The famous Darwin finches, and everybody heard about these little tropidae. They are not finch, they are tanagers, like for the last taxonomy. So they changed the family, and curiously, it's for most part most nearest of the tanager than the finches. And we have almost 14 species in all the archipelago, and but probably in a few years we will arrive at 17, because they are splitting new group of this bird from some isolated island, and making new species. And for example, this one, the vampire finch, they are split a few years ago. There's very special behavior. This bird live in the Wolf and Darwin Island in the northern part of the archipelago. And you see on the left side the arch of the Darwin Island, and they are hematophage. They are feeding the blood of some booby. In this case, are Nazca booby. They feed also the eggs of some species. All the people speak about the Darwin finch in Galapagos, but really the main and the most important bird for Darwin was the mockingbird, because these different species, the 4 species we have in Galapagos, was really the bird who inspired Darwin to try to have more idea about his theory of evolution, and much more than the Darwin. So these birds are really the inspiration of Darwin. Another endemic, very special and interesting, it's the Galapagos Hawk. They have a very special behavior. They are not in all the island, but the majority of the place where you have, you can see it hunting also the marine iguana and others reptiles. And the female, they reproduce with different male, and the male with the younger, the other generation, they are nesting and feeding the new chick. So it's very special adaptation of reduced territory. The American flamingo, the Galapagos American flamingo, are also very interesting bird in Galapagos because we have it's a endemic species, really isolated from the rest of the population of on the Caribbean population. So it could be in a few years also split to an endemic species. Like also the yellow warbler, the Galapagos yellow warbler should be for geographical isolation, also split to a new species in a few years. So Galapagos is not only bird, as you saw, have a lot of different reptiles and mammals. It's really a paradise for naturalists and photographers, where you can saw during your cruise there. So the idea was to try to give you an idea of birding. I think I passed my time. I will stop maybe here if I don't have more time. Mike, I have more time to, or
Yeah, could you finish it in 1 minute?
yeah, really quick.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. So to go to Ecuador, you have a lot of options. We are connected to the entire world. It's really easy to go to Ecuador from North America, Europe. We don't have special and direct flight from Asia, but you can go to Peru and to Chile to arrive to Guayaquil and Galapagos, and then the connection to Galapagos to Ecuador, and then the connection to Galapagos Island from Quito and Guayaquil also. So here we have a lot of different infrastructure, as I saw you in different other picture. Is the Napo Wildlife Center also, and much more large all around along the territory for birders. A lot of them thinking by birders for birders. So you have a lot of infrastructure really adapted for the trail to make to bird a good option to mobilization, and the famous hides and the canopy towers to get on the upper part of the forest. Also, we have a lot of books and guides here in Ecuador to help you during your trip to make the correct identification. If you don't use the book, the physical book, we have a lot of also apps to use right now, and increasing a lot of different options to spot bird everywhere. The guide also, we have a very long trajectory here in Ecuador for the guide, speaking almost all the language of the of the of the world. So this was also the we will have the pleasure to be the earthquake of the South America Bird Fair, and in not next year but in 22. So everybody want to come and join us during the bird fair or before. Welcome to Ecuador.
Okay, thank you, Javier. We're sorry about stop you here. We know you had so many to tell us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Actually, we are breaking record. This is the longest presentation we've ever done.
Excuse me. Real sorry.
We enjoyed very much. So okay. So folks,
we contribute a lot of the show.
So we have 5 minutes, to ask your questions. So
more easier because in between 15 to 19 days, you have a good option to see around 100, 120 species of the 800 of the Ecuador.
Amazing.
Between amphibians and reptiles. This 400, more or less.
Amazing. Thank you very much. And there are regular flights from New York?
Yeah, from New York, yes. From New York, from Miami, from Atlanta,
Los Angeles,
from Houston.
Excellent. Thank you.
This is
And sorry, I missed the first part of your presentation. So if you already have not shared your contact details, would you please do it on ABF Facebook underneath your talk, please? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
thank you, Chief Zhang. You've asked the most important question. Okay. So, well, before we say goodbye, we must take a group photo first. Okay. Right. So, guys,
Okay.
please turn your camera. Rajendra, yes.
Annie, Andy,
So,
Andrew,
Rajendra, wake up.
Ernesto, Natalia,
Okay.
Rajendra.
Rajendra,
You're not
are you
there.
sleeping?
He's gone camping.
All right.
Happy.
All right.
Andrew.
Still there?
Okay.
Okay, anyway, guys, look at the camera. Smile and don't move. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. Okay, one last question.
Yeah.
Who want to ask one last question?
One last question. Victor, maybe let's ask, since we have another friend from Ecuador here, Ana Lu, maybe you would like to invite us to Ecuador. Anna, you want to say something?
Yeah, hi to everyone. It's lovely to see you all. I am very impressed with the presentation. It was amazing. I couldn't stop watching. It's how to pack our country in less than an hour, which is amazing. Very good job. As you can see, Ecuador is one of the most biodiverse country in the world. It's small, easy to access. You can cover so much in 2-3 weeks. We have amazing guides, bilingual, trilingual. We have, of course, amazing lodgings. We can cater to everyone. And in these times of COVID, all of hoteliers and guides have made an extra effort to comply with safety. Biosafety is very important in Ecuador. We have been working with the Ministry of Tourism, with Quito Turismo, and with anybody that will help to improve our biosecurity. Masks are mandatory. Even when you're staying at hotels in the common areas, you must use them. It gives you safety, it gives us safety, it gives our staff safety, which is very important. At the airport, you only need a test to come in that's valid for 10 years. That has improved tourism. However, we don't have a lot of birders yet. It is, to travel by plane, it's still scary. There's not another word, So people are taking care. With this news of the vaccine, we're all very happy, been very hopeful that things will change. 2021, we are starting to get bookings, but until I see the group arriving, I won't believe it. Because again, people are very worried. We try to promote safety. There are several international awards like Safe Travels. We have our own, and we have Safe Travels as well. I heard that the ministry is making it mandatory to lodges and agencies to have safe travels which is good because it just gives the tourists this extra security that you will be taken care of. We are a country known for our friendship and our people. We always go one step more for our clients that after that become friends for life. And this thing has hit us all. However, Ecuador is open for business. We have been open for business since June. Things have changed. In many senses, they have improved. Groups have gone smaller. But, you know, life goes on. The birds are here waiting. Nature is here waiting. And because of all this COVID, the animals have retaken our forest, as Javier and most guides know here. It's so much easier to see them. At the lodge, you can see the tigers playing in front of it. It's just unbelievable. If you go for a walk, you can cross over with deers. It's just unbelievable. And I can't start talking about the birds. It's just so amazing. So put it in your agenda to come and visit us. It will be great to see you all. I hope we can make it to the bird fair next year. It's in Cambodia, yeah?
We hope so.
We don't know. Yes. Yeah, well, there are several candidates actually. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. So we don't
Well,
know yet.
you know,
Yeah.
we are only a
We'll
flight
see.
away, a long flight away. But
But anyway, we need the green light of the COVID. You know.
yeah,
Thank you,
well,
Anna. Yeah.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you
Lovely
very
to
much.
see you all.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Javier. Thank
Hey,
you, everyone,
welcome.
for joining us. It's a great presentation, and it's the longest ever. Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So,
Bye. Thank
guys,
you.
if you still have questions, please key your questions on ABF page,
Facebook.
and we will try and ask Javier to answer all your questions.
Sure.
Okay, and your email on our Facebook page, please.
Yes,
We
please.
can contact you.
I send you right now.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
That's
very
the
much.
Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful.
Have
See
a
you
nice
all.
weekend.
All right,
You too.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And
Have a
next
nice
week,
weekend.
next week is our last presentation. And Mike, where are we going to next week?
Oh, next week is our last session. We're
Yes.
going to Peru with Gunnar and Blon.
Oh,
Woohoo.
Then we'll resume again next year.
okay.
So
So
see you
this
for the
week,
last episode next
Ecuador.
Friday.
Next week, we're going to Peru. Guys, see you next week on time.
See you all.
Bye.
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 Happy weekend, everybody.
Happy weekend.